Hiya, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosie Henshaw and today I'm bringing you a autumn basket tutorial. Now I'm seeing a lot in the shops. It sounds like you're probably thinking, what is that? I'm not going to be making a basket, don't get too excited. What it is I find one of the biggest things I find in charity shops and boot sales and things like that are like wicker baskets. And anyone that watches my YouTube, looks at my Instagram, you'll know that I absolutely love a wicker basket. I love if I can get a nice like Fortnum & Mason one and things like that, but sometimes they are like, you know, like the nice orangey sort of wood pine colour. I can't really think of what colour that is. And I don't know why I'm rambling on about a basket, but it's because I go into like some of the funky shops like Zara Home and things like that, and they have these beautiful baskets and they have lovely pom-poms on them, decorations, they're like dipped in paint, they look really, really cool, but you'll pay like £20 for one, when you can pick up a basket from the boot sale for about £2 and you can make it into one of those really nice ones. I got sent out by a lovely lady. I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not, but I got sent out by a lovely, lovely lady this beautiful like foraging basket. Now, to be honest, this is so beautiful as it is. You don't really need to do anything to it, but I see a lot of these type baskets in charity shops and boot sales, and I just thought this is going to be perfect for, you know, in autumn. It's officially autumn now, by the way. I know I've been rambling on, but it's officially autumn. 22nd of September is autumn. I've got a stew in the kitchen on the go. My hair is like this because I've been caught in the rain. I've got my tumble dryer and my washing machine on, so you can probably hear all that going on in the background. And I've got all my plugins that are like winter spice. I'm loving life right now. So what I thought this could be for is, you know, like you put a little snuggly back blanket in there, maybe an extra cushion. This might be a bit smaller, but like a snuggly blanket, magazine, or a book, some like little snacks. You know what I mean? You know, you just have it out, so when someone comes over, you've got a snuggly little autumn basket, and I just think this is lovely. I should have grabbed my little hamper though to stand it on so that you can see it. So I'm going to grab a basket off the side. I'm just going to grab this basket. I am noticing, however, all my baskets are getting little nibbled corners. And I don't have mice. I know what it is. It's little Bertie the pest. So you can see the basket. Might have to push this back a bit as well. I'm also going to show you at the end of this video as well. I've got a couple of nice homeware bits from Next in the sale, and I've got a lamp from the range, which I've already painted. I should have done it in the tutorial, but I'm so impatient. I'm like, no, I'm painting it right now. But I've just done the same effect as what I've done on my upcycling my bench project. So it's like a background colour and I've whitewashed it. But I'll show you in a second. So what I'm going to start off with this is I've picked out a colour. It'd be good if I had my paints together, wouldn't it? What I'm going to do with this basket is I've just got one of my pound tester pots from B&Q, and it's Farrow & Ball, but you can get any sort of tester pots. I've even got like a bathroom colour tester pot for £1 from B&Q as well, and that's in the colour North Pole, that's white. But I'm going to use drop cloth today. I'm going to use drop cloth. It's like a grey browny. It's a greyish. I'm saying that colour a lot lately, but apparently it's a new colour. It's like a grey beige colour. It's not quite grey, it's not quite beige. And for £1 in the range, I got myself like a little professional brush. It says you don't lose bristles. You do lose bristles. I lost about 20 bristles on my lamp yesterday. So what I'm going to do with this basket is you can dip this in a big tub of paint. I was actually trying to find a big flexi tub, and I was going to dip loads of baskets. And then I thought about it. It is a little bit of a waste of money because you're going to use a hell of a lot of paint, and then you've got to hang them. It's going to cause a lot of mess, and you're going to need to go and buy a basket. So the best thing to do is to roughly paint this on. You can masking tape this off if you do want to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use a guide. In this basket there's a willow wreath that goes around there. So from that line I'm just going to do it like this. I'm just going to push the brush into it to make sure I get into all the grooves, and I'm just going to use that as my guide really. And I'm just going to go all the way around. Now it does go up into the corner, so what I'm going to do is just use my brush as the guide to sort of make that straight all the way around the edge. And I'm just going to paint this along the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push my phone that way. Hey, we've done it. You could even mask this off, put a bag over the top of it, mask it off, and then just spray paint this. That would be a lot easier. But I've already got a tester pot. It's not going to cost me no extra money to get this. Already got this. This might take a few coats. And I will just say, I wouldn't necessarily go on the actual bottom, just the part that you're going to see. So because this curves up, you're going to see this little section here, but you're not actually going to see the underneath. So I wouldn't bother doing it. And this will dry more of a beigey colour rather than a white. And I'm just going to go along, making sure to get in all the grooves. It's really, really simple. You'll know what kind of like baskets, even like in a kid's room, these kind of baskets are really sweet. And you can pick these baskets up so, so cheap. I am going to carry on with more sort of autumn crafts, but I feel like I've sort of been harping on about pumpkins and God knows for so long. I know some of you love it, but some of you are like, what? And because Christmas is around the corner, and trust me, this is just a build-up to me. A lot of people say I like Halloween. I do like Halloween, but that isn't what I love. I love pumpkins. I like fall decor, like autumn. So I love pumpkins and things like that. But Christmas, I'm obsessed. And I'm not going to stop with Christmas. Christmas is going to be craft, charity shop, foraging. It's going to be, not charity shop foraging, but it's going to be charity shop, going for forages for like nice stuff to make wreaths, decorations, coffee trips. I hope I can start doing vlogs really. See, on the corners, it's not very straight, but you can just use your brush to sort of try and get that straight line and go under, and you end up going all the way around. You kind of get my point with this. I might not have to go all the way around because you might just get a bit bored of watching me paint. But it's so simple, you can do it quick. It's not going to be absolutely perfect, but it's going to be lovely. And in a children's room, some of the decorations I'm going to put on it might not be safe, so you can get bigger ones. But to make this autumnal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do it like that. You get the gist. I'm going to go all the way round and I'm going to give it another coat. And you could even give this another second stripe of colour. I was sort of thinking of sage green, but I've run out of my sage green paint. And I thought a little thin strip of sage would look really nice, because I'm going to have it in the dining room. But what I did get, I forgot to get it out. 1 second. Is in the range at the minute, they've got these natural, in the craft section, these natural Christmas decorations. Now, even though that's a Christmas decoration, I think it looks a little bit like a sewing spindle, and I thought that was so chic and really, really cute. So I'm going to take the tag off of this. And what I thought is if I tied like something like this to the basket, it's going to make it look even more of that sort of like macram sort of, is it called macram? I don't know, it's that really trendy boho look where it's all like that whitewash. So what I'm going to do is the same paint, I'm just going to hold it like this, very, very lightly with a dry bit of the brush. Just go over it. It's such a nice wood as it is. It doesn't really need much. It's just going to be like quite scruffily done over this. And then once that's dry, I'm going to go over it with a little bit of white just to bring out the colour. And I'm going to get a bit of string. I hope everyone's had a fantastic weekend. I was a bit slow on the old replying, but that was just because I find in the autumn, I'm a little bit behind on everything. I'm too busy like living in the autumn to actually do anything properly. It's all about having a cup of tea and just taking in the rain. Do you know what I mean? Out the window, I just end up staring out the window and I don't get nothing done. So I'm just going to tie a bit of like jute. I always say jute at home, and I thought people were going to say to me, you're saying that wrong. So I've been saying jute, thinking it's like a French word, and I got corrected by a lovely lady. She was like, no, it's jute, like jam, like hard J. So jute. I've got a little bit of my jute string that I always use in all my craft videos, and some of the free pine cones that I got from a park, and I've just tied it around the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tie a few of these, a bit similar to the garland we made. Garland. And I'm going to try and get various sizes. So I'm going to try and get a smaller one if I've got one. Yeah, lovely. And a smaller one. They have loads of different sizes in the parks now. You just got to have a little look around. And little acorns. I'm struggling to get acorns. I'm seeing loads of people on their Instagram and stuff. They've got acorns. And I'm struggling to get acorns at the minute. I don't know. What tree does an acorn come off of? So I've just got 2 little ones there. I'm going to snip the excess off. Oh, excess string off. Jute. You can use string for this. And I'm just gonna tie this round on the basket. Try not to get my sleeves in the paint. I'm noticing a lot of other people are starting to do like autumn crafts on YouTube, and it's just fantastic to watch. I am noticing though, I'm probably one of the only people that's not using the colour orange. All my autumn sort of stuff, I try and, any decor that I do, apart from Christmas, I have a lot of red, but I tend to try and fit it in with my colour schemes. Even at Easter, I like the sort of like neutral Easter. I'll do pastel colours and stuff in the kitchen to go with my caf kits and stuff, but I try and mix the colours that go with the room, and I think you really can do that. I don't think you've necessarily got to just stick with the same colours as what others do. I just want to show you as well, if anyone watched my TK Maxx pumpkin haul, the concrete pumpkin that I got for $3.99, I've ended up painting this white, just shabby chic. It was like a dark grey, that was the colour underneath. Never paint the bottom. I just thought with the gold top, it just fits in much nicer with my decor. So you can have things, if you're not really into that sort of decor, but you do want to have it sort of seasonal, and you're just a bit worried it's going to be a bit garish, you can sort of blend it to your own, you know, colour scheme. Now this is dry, I'm going to cut this off the old jute. Sorry, I am a bit rushy today. I've been trying to do all my washing and get everything done, and my friend just texted me. She was like, do you want to go out and get a bit of lunch? And we all know me, I can't really say no to a little bit of lunch. So I'm going to tie this on as well. This is just really simple. It's just a simple way of updating something, and even if you're not really into decorating your house for autumn and stuff, this is just really, really quirky. It's going to look nice, but it's also sort of like not going to break the bank. It's not going to cost a lot, because, you know, it's really cheaply made, and you can pick these up really cheap. So now I'm going to make one of my pom-poms, because I think a little pom-pom on there might look really sweet as well. I am going to go and get some sort of like creamy wool, like a gold knit through it, but the best sort of match I could find for this project was a green. So this will be coming off. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. If I can actually unwind my wool, because I'm struggling a little bit with it. The reason you might think I'm not really in this video as well is because I've been massively tidying up. And the reason I'm massively tidying up is because I'm hoping by the end of the week, before Friday, I'm hoping to have an autumn craft tour, home tour up. Like decor, like decorate with me. Like I've already decorated, so I ain't a decorate with me, but to show you what I've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my fork. If you've watched one of my craft videos, you'll see how I make these. And I'm just going to wrap the wool all the way round the fork, making sure it's nice and thick round it. This is how I make pom-poms. It's really, really simple, really cheap. You don't need a pom-pom maker to do this. I'm just going to keep going. This is a bit boring for you guys, isn't it? Like, oh, just doing it round. I'll do a little song for you. I'll sing my favourite song. Oh, by the way, the Q&A went really, really fantastic. Thank you so much for all like the questions, and thank you so much. Yeah, I've had really nice feedback from it, so it's really, really lovely. My hair is actually getting more and more curly as we sit here. Look, got a natural curl to it. And I did have a few more questions that I didn't answer. That was because I sort of got to see them after I'd already done it. So one of them was actually, where do I get my sort of decor inspiration from, like my style? I'm not too sure really, but I just remember being younger, and when you would sort of go to places or people's houses and they had more of a country vibe, I just always much preferred that. My mum's always been a bit shabby chic. My mum will paint anything. My mum has always let us paint anything we wanted when we was kids, do our own bedrooms. She's always let us be creative, which I think's helped. And my mum's house, things that she gets off eBay, that woman, honestly, I will never know how she manages it. She's got like the most beautiful mirror in her lounge, and it's like really ornate and stunning. And she pays something really silly for it, but it's beautiful. It literally takes up like the whole wall, and it's beautiful. And she's got like a lovely, like, what's it called? Not Habitat. It might be like John Lewis or something like that, or Laura Ashley, but a really beautiful apothecary table. Reminds me of the one that Ross has in Friends. And she like pays like £50 and things like that for it, and she'll like shabby chic paint it up. And yeah, I just think I get a lot of my inspiration from my mum. We got slightly different tastes. My mum is more shabby chic, and I'm more into more country. But still quite similar. Like we'll go to the same sort of areas in a home store and pick up similar stuff. My mum at the minute though has got really heavy mustard yellow everywhere. I do find my mum's sort of fashion in her home. Sorry, I've cut up this. Do you know what? I'm so busy chatting. I've not even showed you how I've done that. I wrap it around the fork. I'm going to do another one. Oh God, what a disaster this video is. I'm chatting away, like, yeah, this is a craft video, but you know what? I won't even show you how I'm crafting. So I wrap it round really quickly. Oh, I needed to make 2 anyway. This one's going to be bigger, so you'll see what I'm doing. Just wrap it round, wrap it round. I think I have to refilm this one. My friend's expecting me at like 12:30. And like it's on aeroplane mode, so I see a little text message just come through say, babe, I've just tried calling you, is everything okay? Like, are we still meeting up? So I'm like getting the anxiety where I'm like, I've got a message back, she's gonna think I'm ignoring her. So you're gonna wrap it right up. Oh, chin's there, look. Chin's down. Oh, I was watching Gavin and Stacey in bed last night and I just thought to myself, I am actually so excited for the Christmas one to come out. So right, I've snipped the excess off. So what I'm gonna do is get a little piece of the wool and through the fork, in the middle section of the fork, like the middle hole, I'm just gonna thread this little piece through the hole like that. And I'm gonna bring it through that bit and then join them together and tie it up. So then what you'll end up with is tight, really tight. Make sure you really tight. Sorry, I can't show you how. So tie it up so that it's joint down the middle. You've tied it up down the middle. I'm just going to cut off the excess bits of string and then I'm going to pull this off. So what you'll be left with is like a little bow. Now up this side of the bow, you've got the knot, so I'm going to stick my scissors up that side and I'm just going to snip and it releases all that wool and makes it go like that. And then up that side, I'm going to put it through the hole that side and I'm going to snip up that side. And then you sort of like roll it around in your hand and you end up with like a pom-pom, a very misshapen pom-pom. So what you do is I just tend to go around and snip with my scissors in a circular shape, then sort of go the opposite direction round, just trying to make it more circular. Cylindrical, is that the word? And then rolling it out, and then you end up with like little pom-poms. I would go a bit more in with scissors and shear these. You can make these even bigger. If you just get a piece of cardboard, like a rectangle piece of cardboard, cut a circle in the middle and just wrap it all the way around. And when you go to tie it through the circle, you can get massive pom-poms. I'll perhaps do a tutorial on that. But what I'm going to do is, with a little bit of jute, that's going to be the new thing now. I'm just not going to shut up saying jute. I'm just going to try and tie it. You'll find a little hole in the pom-pom somewhere. You will push a little bit of the excess out when you do this, so it's just a normal thing. And then you'll have to trim up some of the excess. And I'm just going to push it through the next one as well. Push a little bit of jute through that one. You will always lose a little bit of the pom-pom when doing this. Try not to worry about it because they're so fluffy, you're not actually going to notice that you've lost it. So I'm just going to tie them two together. And you know what? I really wanted to get my hands on, I couldn't get them. You know, like natural coloured beads. I just thought they'd look really cute. And I'm just going to tie them together. And you can make these even bigger by just tying loads together rather than making one big pom-pom. And then I'm going to sort of mash that all together. And then I'm going to cut this as if it's one. And it starts to look like a big pom-pom. I'm just going to tie the excess off. And I'm just going to tie that round and join it to the other bit on the back. Bertie, what is it? Who is it? Might even be my friend. Come to check to see if I'm alive. I'm just going to cut the excess off of these jute pieces. And I just thought, how cute are these going to look? Fill it up with some biscuits. Wow then, come on then. Come on then. Come on. You want to be monkey. Should have called you monkey. Such a cheeky sausage, aren't you? You're so cute. Why are you wet? Why are you wet? You got in the garden. Did you go in the garden for a wee wee? Good boy. You just should walk up. He's so cute. Literally, he's got a little love of my life now. He's a little scruffle love. So I've literally been just having to brush him constantly. He runs out into the garden, gets stuck in the hedge, and sort of like just comes in like, Mum, look, I've got like tons of bits of stick stuck to me. I have to brush it out because it will get stuck in his little fluffy fur. I just thought, how cute is this? And to be honest, you could sort of like put some like eucalyptus in this, make it look really festive, some twigs. I did do on my Instagram like a table centerpiece. You could even have this as like a table centerpiece. Put like a big barn style, put some pumpkins in this. It looked really cute, but I'm going to be using this as a sort of like an autumn basket. I would have liked some more dangling beads in a natural colour. I think that would look really, really... What are you doing? He's chewing on the bottom of my jeans. So I just thought that was a really cute little idea. You know, I don't want the video to be ridiculously long, but I just thought nice little autumn basket. And even if you're not using this as an autumn basket, you could sort of take them off, just have the dangly pom-poms in different colours. Glue pom-poms round the edges like you see in some of the shops. Not these, just glue some pom-poms round the edges like this. Even do little jute ones, that would look really rustic. Tie them around all that. You can tie like nice twine around the handle to make it look really pretty. And I just think this is going to look really, really cute in the corner with some magazines and a little blanket in it. But before I go, I'm going to quickly show you, just ever so quickly, because I'm excited, I've got the most beautiful basket. I've already got one similar, and everyone kept asking me where I got it from, hanging on my door. And I got this one for £12.50. So lovely. It's very furry though, it sort of like comes off on you. And it's a jute bag. And I got this for £12.50 in a sale in Next yesterday, and it is lovely. So when I go to like a bit of food shopping, I go to the garden centres to go pick up a few little bits at Christmas time. This is just going to look really sweet. And also while I was in there, I got this cushion. I know some people might judge and be like, no, that's real leather, that's disgusting, but I really loved it. And this was originally £40 from Next because it is real leather. I love the sort of pattern, it looks like wood, but it's really like something you'd find in TK Maxx. And this has gone down to £16, which is still a little bit dear for a cushion, but I had a voucher, I had a gift voucher left over from my birthday, and I just thought, I'm going to use that because I never find something in there that I love that much that I justify using it, because I want to tell my friend that I've bought this with it. And I was like, I'm going to love that little cushion. It's got all the gold in it and silver. It just goes lovely in my living room. And I'll quickly show you my lamp. I got this lamp. I'm going to get you off the camera. I'm going to take you on a journey. And I got this lamp. This is the other basket from Next. But I got this lamp from the range, and it was lovely. It's got the little knobbly bits on the top of it, which I really love. But this was in a dark sort of wood colour, but more of an orangey wood, something that I wouldn't normally have in my house. So I just painted it with the same paint as what I just used then from Farrow & Ball, and then I went over it with like a dry white paintbrush, and I just think that looks much nicer in that corner than the lantern that I had out there. Let me put you back. Than the lantern I had there. A lot of people said when they watched my home tour that was the only thing that didn't sort of fit. It wasn't as country. So the lantern is now out in the old playroom, which we're now sort of trying to turn into like a chill out den with a little telly in there, cosy little radio, gonna have little cups of tea out there, listen to the rain on the roof. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't as mumbled as it seemed in my brain that it was, and I'll get back to my try on Friday, and I'm hoping that I do have enough time to either get the video out either tomorrow or the next day. What day is it today? It's Tuesday. I tell you what, we're gonna do it. Thursday I'm gonna upload an autumn decor, what's it called? A tour of my autumn decor on Thursday. That'll be up on Thursday. So it'll give my bum in gear anyway to get it all finished and cleaned. So I'll do that on Thursday, and then I'll be back on my try on Friday, and then back to autumn crafts next Tuesday. So have a lovely rest of your week. Take care. I've been Rosie Henshaw. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Bye.